Good evening. Thank you for joining me once again. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, El-Rufai is back. He's back with pushing with what we call the religious political sentiment. He has said that it seems that Tinubu is targeting the Muslims northerners. That because under Tinubu, so many revelations have been made. The first one is about the Christian genocide going on currently about the Christians in the Middle Belt, which is constitutionally known as the North Central. Secondly, he has said that in the past 6 months, the Northern Muslims have been tagged to be ragtags, to be complicit in the killings of Christians. In fact, he said that the office of the Sultan has never ever been this denigrated, not until Tinubu became the president. Well, one thing is certain, the Sultanate didn't vote Tinubu into power. It was the North that took him there. On what premise? Oh, because they felt Tinubu, who rode on their back, using the religious bias, the Muslim ticket, nothing is something that should never have happened. In fact, it was this same El-Rufai that led that crusade, that convention, that congress for Tinubu. He championed the campaign. He said there is nothing like Muslim together. That it doesn't matter, that to hell with Christian and the Muslim dichotomy, balance of religion and balance. But he said no. Why? Because he felt maybe when Tinubu gets there, all these their religious gimmicks they play, just as Buhari did. Oh yes. Under Buhari, the Islamic jihadists were never at any point in time exposed. Buhari in so many times got to Kano jet. He got so much weapons of destruction that were to be used against this Fulani, Islamic jihadists, terrorists, bandits, whatever nomenclature they give them. They would not give the instruction to unalive them. You will have situations that people will be at the war front, they will be seeing those terrorists walking by, but they cannot shoot them. There will be excuses that there is no order from above. Under Buhari, we saw how Atairu, a chief of army staff who intended, under him, Atairu Ali Kefi, under him, Shekau was killed. All of a sudden, he was assassinated. So, El-Rufai is not happy because the Muslim northerners are being exposed for so many of atrocities they have kept secret. I mean, El-Rufai cannot say he doesn't know that there are IDPs in the North Central where the Christian communities are selectively targeted. Under El-Rufai as the governor of Kaduna State, the Shiite people, in their thousands, either 500 to 1,000 of them were killed, unalived, cold-blooded. People kept on missing when they speak against the administration. There's this popular activist till tomorrow, nobody knows where he is. I can't remember his name now. So, if Tinubu was doing one thing, maybe Tinubu was still following that Muslim ticket for 2027. If Tinubu was still picking all the appointments from the Northwest and the Northeast, abandoned the Middle Belt, people like El-Rufai wouldn't have issues with Tinubu. They would have been saying it's the best thing after sliced bread. If Tinubu has not decimated the northern powers. I could remember that when Tinubu became the president, 6 months into his administration, El-Rufai was away. But I think after 1 year, El-Rufai came out. He said that the North remains the kingmaker. He said it. Imagine such audacity, such rude audacity. He said nobody will ever become the president because the North has been positioned to be the kingmakers. They have the vote, and for that reason, Tinubu is only deceiving himself. The decimation, the segregation of the middle belt from the core north is trying to do is only an attack on the core northern hegemony. These are the confessions of this man, the little man. Because Tinubu has said, I will not take people from the northwest and northeast. I want to concentrate on the middle belt. Yes, because the very moment Tinubu got in there, they couldn't see him as a Islamic bigot. You can call Tinubu an ethnic bigot, but you cannot call him a religious bigot. The Christians in Nigeria never ever since 1999 have they had a voice like they do have a voice now under Tinubu. America is getting ready to fight for the Christians. Today, the most feared religious people in Nigeria today are the Christians. And now everything is happening under Tinubu because Tinubu didn't bother to silence all the media channels. Imagine if it was under Buhari. The very popular Reverend Dachomo, that popular Reverend, you think he would have been allowed to be roaming around? He would have been picked up. All the channels, all the traditional news channels, they would have been told not to propagate anything that has to do with Christian genocide. They would have been sanctioned. I know what I'm saying. Because when Buhari had a scare in his government about corruption in police, about the NSAS, Buhari did one thing. He shut down Twitter, the social media. He shut down Facebook. He shut down all those social media platforms for a period of almost 2 weeks. When the youth said that they will not go, he gave an order. People were killed in their thousands. I'd like it to get across so many states in Nigeria. So you can imagine. So these are the things they feel. And by the way, I'm not saying Tinubu is a total liberal person. But we cannot say he is as, heinous. No. Tinubu came in, he said the, what's it called? The agenda of Buhari to be reintegrating people, he will stop it. That was where the issue started. So there's nothing like a repentant bandit. All of them should be killed. These were his instructions. He said everything that has to do with jihad, he fought against it. Now, these things are what did people like El-Rufai, people like so many other political, northern oligarchs, what they do not like. So in so many ways, they want to ensure that they chase this man out of power because they know that the more Tinubu stays there, the more decimated, disgrace the seat of Sultan will become, the more decimated, disgrace and demystified the core northerners will become, because it is becoming clearer and clearer that the north itself is not monolithic. They created a body, they labeled it Arewa Consultative Forum, a forum that was established to serve the interests of the Muslim Hausas and Fulanis. But ever since this Tinubu administration, we can see how George Akume came out and spoke at the Arewa Consultative Forum. He said, I am a northerner, but I am not for the agenda of Arewa this time. It is not yet the turn of the North. He said it. He said, Nigeria must respect the dichotomy that we have. And for now, don't forget he's a northerner. He is telling his fellow Northerners, Northern brothers. All of a sudden, they are saying that the Middle Belt, they are saboteur. Oga, it is clear. The North should just say, these people are now Middle Belt. Period. Don't say anything otherwise. Don't call them North Central. Because we know that anytime we in the South say we want to address them as Middle Belt, it is the Fulanis that will say that don't call them Middle Belt. They are not Middle Belt, they are North Central. Taking away that North away from them, shaking their very essence, their very political weapon that they use to negotiate for power. They know that the very moment they lose the Middle Belt, they lose those people and they become what they are. They are called for who they are. And this is the very best time they could. Yes, because in the Southwest, while we have the Southwest Development Commission, there is something that we call it ourselves now. We call it Developmental Agenda of Western Nigeria. So they can decide to call it Developmental Agenda of Middle Belt Nigeria. Nobody will question it. For too long, they have been too timid. They have been silenced, beaten to the stupor. They have lost their voice. These people, listen, Middle Beltans, under the oligarchy of Buhari, they were rendered spineless. They didn't have balls to challenge the power that be. They couldn't say a word. These people were always shaking. Now Tinubu has gone into partnership with America. He has told America, everything you can do to help these people, please do it. While I can confirm that Tinubu is doing it for his own political gains. Yes, but El-Rufai cannot come out and say Tinubu is targeting the Northern Muslims. It is absolutely wrong. The Northern Muslims, their leaders, have held power for far too long to be threatened to be intimidated in this country. In fact, it is a situation whereby they are trying to emotionally blackmail the rest of us. They do not want the little chicks to crow. These are old hens, old cockerel in the pen that do not want the young chicks to grow so that they can crow. No, that's not going to happen. Now is the best time for Nigeria to be restructured. Well, we can see all of them, rearing their ugly heads. We are just some days away from 2026. Campaigns of calumny, campaign of religious division, ethnic division will begin. You just waiting. Atiku won't take campaign for ADC. Waiting. The whole of South, 100%, excluding Oyo State and Osun State. Out of 16 states, 14 is APC. Go to the Middle Belt, North Central. 99% of them are APC. All of them. Taraba has spotted. Benue have plotted. Everybody is now in APC. So, these guys, for me, there's nothing El-Rufai can do than to start pushing religious, sentiment. And this is simply what he wants to do. He wants to push the religious sentiment. This is why you can see now they are now stylishly saying that there is nothing Tinubu can tell them other than he targeting the Northern Muslims. These are the deadly things they will begin to push. But unfortunately for them, they have met their match. Tinubu is also an ethnic bigot. He will push it. Tinubu himself, who has made the campaign a North and South agenda, Middle Belt, for what I know, will go with the South. And it is going to be a total decimation of the North by 2027. If you're just watching, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Bye for now.
And uncommon SGF. You see, I want to appeal to us all. By this conception, the North, the region that is so dear to me, will be eligible for the presidency in 2031, not 2027. I said this because I love you. We love all of you. Let us not do something that will undermine our territorial integrity, and tomorrow people may be tempted to support others against us. Nigeria will not cease to exist.
It's a spectrum, so you can't rule out something. But the center of gravity is what they should look at. And what is it? I'm saying it on this channel. It is the sponsor of Boko Haram and bandits.
And speaking about the sponsors, you know, when you say the DSS, and yeah, they could be listening to you, but so they profile, part of their responsibility is to profile all of these persons before they either vie for elections or before, excuse me, they are nominated for any of these positions. Doesn't that happen? Don't they get intel and say, look, this and this is what we found, and then we don't think that this should proceed further? Doesn't that happen?
It does. You know, when I worked with the DSS in 2007, because when Yar'Adua approved the operational order that we did, we now have to work together as a team. He actually forced all of us to sit down together and work together. I was surprised at the tremendous amount of information had by DSS. I was shocked. We in DI, I was in Defense Intelligence Agency, and when they were forced to bring out the files, I was shocked. They have so much information at DSS presently, as I'm talking about what I'm talking about. They have. But you see, if a fish is going to get spoiled, it's going to start getting spoiled from the head. The DSS will not do anything except the Commander-in-Chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go. That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information. There's nothing I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them and they're still there. The Chief of Naval Staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics, the sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized.
You know, assuming but not conceding that, that all of this is the case. So what is the end game? Because I imagine as a strategist, that's what you think about. So these things are happening. What is the end game? So why will this be allowed to fester? For what purpose?
The end game for them, because we did, normally when you want to look at this type of challenges, what you do is that you go through what we call the intelligence circle. Okay? When you do the processing and you do the analysis before dissemination point, you discover that the end game for them is to just turn this country into like a Taliban type of country. And it's a mindset. And anything goes. In other words, 10% casualties, 20% casualties is allowed in trying to achieve the end game of Islamizing this country.
That's for the terrorists, the bandits.
It's not for the terrorists and the bandits, for the sponsors. Because I told you, and I will repeat on this channel, the sponsors of Boko Haram and the bandits are the problems. And defense headquarters, the army headquarters, the naval headquarters, the air force cannot do anything about that. Buhari has to do something about that. The Interpol has the list of those people that are sponsoring Boko Haram. I work with Interpol. They should ask, if they don't know, they should ask. The government of Dubai, they have the list of those people. During the trial of those people that were caught, names were mentioned. They have the list. The government also told us that they've arrested 400 sponsors of Boko Haram. Why should the government not try those people and bring peace and harmony and safety to this nation? Why won't a government do that?